Welcome to the Daily News Network, and today you're on a mission with Jack Sears as we talk with Nick Padlo, right?
Padlo, but close enough, yeah.
Padlo. Sorry about that, Nick. Who's with Sophros Recovery, right?
Yep.
So, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sorry for the little mix-up there at the beginning.
Totally fine.
So, hey, Nick, on this show, we talk about people, who they are, what do they want to be when they grow up, and how they're going to get there, and what is their mission. So let's begin. Tell us about Nick.
Yeah, so I grew up here in Jacksonville, Jacksonville native. Kind of disappeared in '99 for about 20 years. I went to West Point, was in the Army, business school, running a business out of Dallas. But in about 2017, I found myself struggling. I was struggling with depression, anxiety, alcohol, drugs, the whole thing, and ended up having to step down from my business and go get treatment. And came back in 2019, right before COVID, moved back to Jacksonville, and started Sophros Recovery with the goal of helping other people who are kind of struggling with the same kind of stuff.
Wow, what a great story. So you did do a stint with our country as in the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
Army?
Yep,
right?
Army.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your service.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And when you got to this point and you decided to launch into the recovery business, tell us, what kind of services do you provide when people reach out?
So what I was looking for when I, as any good entrepreneur would do, you kind of look at the whole thing and you say, wait, what's missing, right? And there are a lot of good residential treatment facilities, where you can go and you live there for 30 days and you're immersed in learning, which is super important. I did it twice, so it's a very valuable thing. But I think a lot of the real work happens where you get out of that environment and you have to learn to live in society, drive from your house back home and drive past the liquor store, like all of the arguments with your spouse, all of the things that life happens, and we have to be able to do that sober. And so for us, that means it's called PHP and IOP, which basically just means you're with us the whole day or you're with us half the day.
Okay.
And you're building that toolkit and those tools and skills to be successful while still existing in the world and in the environment with all of the, dangers and threats out there to your sobriety. And so that's really the part of the what we call continuum of care that I fell in love with.
Okay. So you talked a lot about sobriety. Is that a large part of the people that you help, alcohol dependency, or are there other dependencies too?
So about half of our clients struggle with alcohol, and the other half struggle with a drug of some type. Some struggle with both. And I think across the board, almost always, we're also struggling with some mental health stuff. So, I look at addiction more as a symptom than the cause, right? And so it's a symptom of something else in our life that's broken, right? Whether that's trauma or relationships or depression or anxiety or bipolar, there's something we're fighting, and we're trying to cope with it, and we're trying to learn how to deal with it and self-medicate on our own, and then that becomes its own problem. Right. And now we got to treat both.
In your line of business, is this an insurance-based model, or is it a private pay, or do people pay for that?
Most of our clients use insurance.
Okay.
So we're in network with all of the big providers, including TRICARE and the VA for our military folks.
Oh, outstanding.
And then we also, have some clients that are private pay, and we'll do our best to meet people where they're at, if so that treatment is affordable.
Is your services online, in person, or?
So in person.
Okay.
We have a location here in Jacksonville, and we also have a location in Tampa. Excuse me.
Okay.
We will be launching a virtual program October 21st, though.
Oh, congratulations!
Because I think ideally we're in a center with other people who are in recovery as well, because that we always say the opposite of addiction is connection. And so building those connections and building that environment is so important. But the reality is that not everybody in Florida has access to care. Yeah. If you live, in the middle of the state, not near a major metropolitan area, you don't have access. And so we wanted to be able to provide that access to people.
Well, that's an outstanding mission and so greatly needed at this time in our country. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So, and wish you good luck as you grow your business and serve more clients and help more people. Because I can tell it in your voice and in your demeanor. You feel great about what you're doing.
I do.
So that's good. How would our audience learn more about you and your business, if they wanted to connect as a client, etc., where would they go?
Sure. So the easiest way to find us is online at sophrosrecovery.com, SOPHROS. We also have Instagram and Facebook, all at Sophros Recovery, or you can just give our office a call at 904-440-1479.
I hope people call, and I hope people reach out. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Good. That's it, folks. That's the time we have here today, and you've been on a mission with Jack Sears at the Daily News Network. If you'd like to learn more about Nick, his recovery business, helping people get back on track. How's that sound? Yeah.
Sounds great.
Be sure to check out this interview again and a host of other things that you will find at thedailynewsnetwork.com. Until we get together next time, here's wishing you a great day, good health, much happiness, and remember, treat each other the way you'd like to be treated.